Hello, everyone. Welcome to True Talk with Ella. And today we want to talk about the family name part two. The question is, why do children carry the father's name? And beyond that, why do so many children today bear English surnames instead of their native family names, right?
Yes.
To help me discuss this, I have some special guests with me. Please welcome Honorable Chukwudi Ogbonna. He is a man of business, purpose, and principle, the CEO of Blessed Chosen Partners, alongside it, Mrs. Nwafor Loretta. She is the CEO of Cakes.
Adjourning case.
Okay, Ejorin Cakes and Events. She is a wife, a mother, and a teacher. All welcome.
Thank you
Thank
very
you very
much.
much.
Now, in many cultures, especially here in Africa, when a child is born, the father's surname is what the child carries. And sometimes families even choose English surnames, leaving behind the names of their ancestors. You hear names like John Julius, Mary Emmanuel, and so on. I know you are not comfortable with this. Why?
Okay, I'm not comfortable with it, just like so many other persons out there not be comfortable with substituting our surname with colonial name. It is a suppression of our culture or tradition. It is not in alignment with African culture and tradition. Remember, one of the integral parts of culture is language. At the center of language is names, mostly the surname, tell stories about who we are, our heritage, where we are coming from, our identity as a people. So when you completely remove your surname, name that your forefathers bear for whatever it may be, I'm not so supportive of that because this is who we are. Our surname tells a lot about who we are. All right. For example, if you hear names like Cabo, an animal person, you know that this person is either from Abia State or maybe Imo. All right. Now, when you hear names like Asoma, you don't need a suicide to tell that this Asoma is from Enugu. And if you scrutinize, if you go to Enugu deep down, if you narrow it down, maybe an Asukama. So it tells a lot. When someone comes and tells you, I am Mr. Carlo, ordinarily you should know where she's coming from. So when you remove this thing, like our identity, this what we are, is being eroded.
I agree with it, particularly the surname, mm, because of loss of identity. Outrightly, somebody's name is supposed to tell you where the person is coming from, like you said. So by the time you hear an Igbo person hearing English surname, you will wonder where such people are coming from. Some people might even think that you are not an Igbo person. And those that knows you are Igbo will begin to ask, why are you bearing your father's English name as your surname? So things like that doesn't go down well with me. Even individually, I come across people that will also discuss with them, why are you bearing the English name as the surname? That somebody will not be able to know where you are coming from, just like you said. When you mention your surname, somebody will know, number one, that you are an Igbo person, and even which part of Igbo are you coming from.
As an Igbo man and woman, there is this rumor that this act is mostly common among the Igbos. How true is this, and why do you think this is commonly among the Igbos? Honorable.
Okay, if you want to say that it's common among the Igbos, this might not be very far from the truth. I am an employer of labor. And I have seen people who came to look for job in office, Igbo people with English name, no trace of Igbo in their name. In fact, you won't know that they're Igbos once you start working with them. Maybe you ask them more questions, you want to know their state of origin or local government, who their parents are. That's the way you get to find out. There are also people from the middle belt who I've seen who go by them, who go by English names. I've seen few persons too from South South, Igbo. But I've seen more of Igbos than other tribes. So it's more prominent in Igbos. For my own findings, it's more common among Igbo than it is in other tribes. You can't even see it. You hardly find out someone with an English name.
Yeah, doing
That could be because of the news and all that. But, even Yoruba like Christians, you cannot, you hardly see a Yoruba man that bears Thomas William, without and they were, Bakare. So it's not they attached. So if one says common among Igbos, like I said, the person will not be completely far from the truth.
Actually true. That's common among the Igbos. From experience, I am a teacher, and from my handwork I meet people, and this has been issue bothering me always because it's in fact it's too much. It's in fact let me just say it's even mostly only among us.
the
I don't know
Igbos.
if though they might have their reasons, but it doesn't really go down well with me.
Thank you so much once more. Please tell us what are the implications and effects, of replacing the native names with English name. Honorable.
One is going to lead to loss of identity, permanent loss of identity. You understand? The cultural heritage will be eroded when you uh, decide to adopt a colonial name, so to say, as your good name. Even our forefathers who didn't have friends with the colonial master directly, did not completely substitute their name, but they adopted his baptismal name is mighty, as well as Ogbonna, you know. So he did not completely remove his name. The other, what they do is that they adopted in addition to their name. What's happening is that people just remove and that has to do with their surname that has to do with their
Native
culture.
heritage.
Now, the implication is that is a disconnection, like I said earlier, of who you are. Your cultural heritage, your pride as an African man has been trained completely. Now, you will not be proud of who you are because the moment you don't go by any name that shows that you're from a particular tribe, you have no connection with that particular tribe. It is completely cut off at the beginning, and it's not good for us. It's truly, truly very bad. And when we talk to my Igbo brothers and people who are they threaten this, we talk about if you meet a man anywhere in Nigeria, he brings himself as a Bewale, you don't even go to tell you where he's from. There's nothing wrong. It's the pride, our pride as indigenous people of Africa, our indigenous language will be affected. There's no sense, you know, replacing or borrowing another man's culture to the extent of taking his name in replacement of your own. All right, so if the consequences are numerous, we spend the whole day and we're not even exhausted. But I know of such act is the loss of identity.
Yes, that's the
Yeah,
reason.
completely. There will be total loss of who we are because your surname connects you to as ancestors, connects you to your root.
Okay.
You understand? So the surname, if you look into anyone's surname, there is a story behind our surnames.
Yeah.
What I names you there now, most Igbo names. Every Igbo name tells a story. The story of struggle. People who had to wait for a long time before they conceive. Give their child, maybe old age, is a story, patience. Some names their child in Gindi. You understand? So it's in every name we bear, there's a story behind it. You understand? So, and also that's how it is with our soul names.
Apart from here, where we are, or maybe our children using those English song in schools. What about even in the village? You know, when you go home now, there are some people they don't know you. But when you say you are so 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 person's daughter, if I say I am Mr. Michael's daughter, some people will know me.
Yes.
But once I say I am Mr. Obiola Chukwudi's daughter from Akama, they will say, okay, yes, yes, yes. A lot of them don't know our father's English name. So that's our Igbo surname goes a long way to tell who we are. Immediately you mention it. Not only here, at home, everywhere you are. So
Some of the long-time benefits of carrying the native name, which is the father's grandfather's name. Honorable.
Okay, when I was talking about the implications, I made mention of identity. Again, the lifetime benefit
Mm.
is identity of who you are. Like she rightly mentioned, if you go to my hometown, I said, um, I'm looking for so and so person. Even I'm looking more, okay, in the Bible, go to this so and so place. If you meet someone in America, even outside the shores of this country, and ask you who you are, okay, who are you? I'm from so so state. What is your name? It's not about you name you there. We want to hear more about you. And your surname tells a lot. It may be your brother. You understand? You say, okay, this is me. I am Onwaguchi. Say Onwaguchi. Which of the Onwaguchis? The one from Akam. I don't know. Come. Let's talk more, brother. Are you sure? I'm also Onwaguchi. Do you understand? Because the thing is this. I'm Chukwudi, right? So if I have five brothers, we're gonna have five different names with one surname. Do you understand? Even if in a brother family gathering, one surname, different first names, individual names.
yes.
Do you understand? So my son may start to answer Chukwudi, but there's no gender his child will take Chukwudi. But one thing that unites us is that surname. So the unity, the bond that it builds is exceptional. You can't take that away. You understand? And besides, sometimes clan, if you go to their clans, every clan has their surname. And it also teaches more about their character. Where you say, I'm from um, maybe Nibeke, the original Nibeke, and their character. So don't it's like I said, I have a lot of advantages of why we must sustain it, not just only emphasize it. We should transfer it to the next generation because that is all about who we are. It is through the sense of pride that we have not really like you made mention of inferiority complex. We are not inferior to the colonial masters. We are African before they came, and we are proud of who we are. The fact that they came to Canada does not mean that they have taken over all that has to do with us. And so there are benefits. If you go anywhere in the country, in Arab country, in Western country, any part of the world you go, your surnames can open a whole lot of doors because your surname tells about who you are. By surname, if you tell me your surname, I'm not the further question of the state or your state of origin.
Yes.
I already know that this person who is this particular is not good. It's not a man from India. I can tell you when it started. I didn't know who gave us the surname I'm bearing now, but that is what my father got from my grandfather,
And you should
from
also
great
pass it
grandfather.
on
Now it is me, and I have responsibility
to pass
to
it on.
pass it to them. I also encourage them to
Carry on.
carry on. That is who we are. That's all.
Easy identification. Easy identification, we should be proud of where we're coming from. And some people don't want to be identified as an Igbo person, probably because of the location where they are. Some maybe for security purpose. I don't know. That's just what I feel like. some people might be their reason for making use of their English name as their
Surname is more than just a name.
It tells the story of where you are coming
Come
from.
I agree with her. It's not just the name.
Mhm.
It's sometimes the story behind the name, the pride. You
the
understand?
heritage.
The
Culture.
heritage. There are people who go by the name Eze.
Mm.
Maybe the lineage that have had kings over time. Do you understand? So
Mm.
when you hear people like that, they don't just that would there's the reason why they were named Eze. So it tells a story of the people, their heritage, your culture, and also how you should carry yourself too. Sometimes you come and tell you, oh, are you from this family? They say, they are not known for this behavior now.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard stuff like that?
Yes.
When you introduce yourself to that, I know, but do you know who you are? No, you're not supposed to be doing this thing, my brother. If you actually know the history of your ancestors, that then you know you shouldn't be indulging this. So it tells a story about we, it helps to reshape our character, or how we view things, how we believe people actually. So, like she said, I said it before, there is beyond the name, it's not just the name, the UKG that people is doing about it. Why, if you dig down, if you dig deep, you discover that it was chosen for a reason. By people we did not meet and may never meet and we will never meet them. So there's need for us to go by it with pride. After all, the white man name you were boss. Do you know the history behind it? I've seen people hear them like Walker, Smith,
White.
you know what I'm saying, Rooney.
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
This thing, that Chelsea. Do you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. Let me go on the red light.
Yeah.
The mind in UK is known as Red Devils. I mean, if you name anybody devil in Nigeria, it's war. But this is our psychology. What is devil is bad, is evil. So, but it has been sustained over time. There's no reason why it was named by the founder, those who founded the club had reasons why they named that club Red Devils. And that name had been a master that name for years, for decades now. But some of us who will come that, do you know what devil is? A devil, we to give our own devil interpretation. The people who gave that name have that reasons. No matter how we look at devil and evil, the someone said, this place is red devil. So it's like that. Every name has a story. There is reason. There are reasons why certain names were chosen in the first place. And it is all about our heritage, our culture, preserving our tradition, must preserve it. There's no point why for us to suppress these names simply because we want global attention, want to be like global citizens. When I come out like Smith, Chooks or Smith, Darlington, that when I will take global attention. That when the authority to say me there to recognize because I go by name Trump. Far. People will not buy it. You are, what your capacities, what can you do? What ability do you have? It's not to do with you as a person. You know what I'm telling you. You have. What I bring into the table. These are all that matters.
I'm actually the table.
The surnames, the surname have nothing to do with that. So we bring to, I think, like you said,
The story of where we are coming
story of
from.
our heritage, our pride, our culture, our
Yes.
tradition,
Our identity.
identity. This is me. This is me. All right.
Go for English surnames. Honorable.
People may have their reasons, know what their reasons are, but I don't think there's any justifiable reason to what we should adopt or go by English names or without even a country, not even a trend, but not even a surname. Like you said, I've heard people who carelessly say some surnames and then some deities, and they want to associate with that. Those
That's
who are
another
extremely religious have not people said, oh, and some of these men of God too are fact they contribute. people who major on consulting or God on anything. Sometimes you go to them and they'll tell you, do you know the story behind your surname?
No, surname
Your surname
make.
and course. No, see, this is the reason why you're not making progress. You know, if you look at the people who have bear this name from their forefathers to you
They're
and
not
all
doing
that,
well.
the generation you are not doing well. So you put that fear in you, you want to break away from that. You know, you see it as the reason why you are where you are. And if you are not a very articulate your time, you will fall for it. They give you instances because there are deaths, you know, around you have lineage, there are this, there are that. They give you these pastor's excuses, you know, for you to subscribe to their posts and all that. And when you put this fear, okay, your name is Agro. You know what Agro represents? It's
Your
a
name is
tiger.
Odo.
Your name is Odo. Odo is a
Odo
masculine
is
a
masquerade.
You
Yes.
understand? So you need to dissociate with Odo because if you continue to go by the name Odo, there are people that you will not make progress and it may end up affecting you. So if it has affected you, don't allow it to affect your
The
children.
children.
These are fake prophecy. These are just human imaginations. I do not believe that our son has to do with our destiny. Everyone has his own destiny. And if you're destined to be great and you refuse to work, you won't be great.
It's true.
It must be, you must put it in hard work for you to actualize what I designed you to become. So, but I'm not sharing it's what someone gave me as reason that I said, you know, especially when you intermarry, you understand, when Yoruba and when the intermarriage happens when you intermarry, people who don't know where you're coming from, once these things are said to them, they take it serious. They take it serious. They want to see everything that happens, negative happening as you know, the name they're going by. So they
Yes.
know their name is Ikago. You know what that means. It means that somebody, you know, it don't tell you stories to make you see reason why you should not continue with that name. And some persons out of fear, no human instinct. This is survival first. Everyone wants to succeed. So, okay, if I ditch this name now, maybe my children will see prosperity. It's okay. Oh, this Ikago is a deity, it's an oracle in your village. And this oracle is a dangerous one. If you continue with that name, it will affect my children. So, in the course of trying to disconnect themselves from whatever they are told, they dish out the name, they just discard the name. As okay, go by Williams Liberty. You know, you understand? Instead of Ogbonna, for example, we say, no, you not be this Ogbonna. This Ogbonna is a man was you know they just tell you stories that will scare you, you know, that will make you believe whatever they're going to sell to you. So you know, okay, I have a child now. This will go nice cost. Look at my father. Look at my husband. Look at his people. Look at his brother in the UK. That I don't know what they're doing. So please, my child will not be part of this arrangement. Do you understand? We can take your English name, sir. Your David. Our son. Let our son go by David Darlington. Once that decision is taken, all right, you have put an end. That idea has been totally eradicated. And again, a child who goes by the name Darlington, David, we have no sense of an evil man.
Yes.
Do you understand? If you only when you are called by a Igbo name that instead of who you are, we ring in your brain. So then, this is one thing I can tell you. I've heard people say that their forefathers' name is linked to something that has come to hinder their destiny. So the result of trying to run away from that chain, what they believe is a chain, they're just like, okay, do with the surname without consideration. Once you do that, you have put a stop. You have closed the generation because the transition will stop there. That little family.
Yes.
There's no that family. There's no David family anymore. There's no Mark family anymore.
Yes.
We have Ezora, Mweke, Nwafor. You know, these are the names that we are familiar with.
Now, what are you saying?
Do you understand? I had the Ogbonnas, the Carlos, the Canons, do you understand? The Ezequiels,
what are you saying?
So these are the names that we are used to.
Yes.
This thing is our tribal, our surname, our heritage. There's no.
I just said it all.
Okay.
Yeah, some people do it unconsciously.
Yes.
Yeah, without knowing
implication,
the implication. Some people do it unconsciously. Some people don't like their Igbo name. And some again, maybe they don't like their father, or maybe they like their father or their grandfather lived and they don't want to carry the name and continue. But then I think it's two things here. Some people give their children their own Igbo name, and some continue with
Their father's
their
name.
father, that is the
That's
children
me now.
grandfather's name. Eh? No problem. Whichever one you want to give them, let the surname be your Igbo name. You know, another one, some people will say, their name is woman name, because I've seen that too. Their name is a woman's name. How can they give him Chinyere? You know, something like that. They cannot allow their children to bear their Igbo name.
Before we close, we need to stop and ask ourselves, what will my child's name say about them in 50 years from now? Will it show they belong to a proud culture, or will it sound like we abandoned our roots? Sir, what can you say about the child's name speaking in years to come?
If we sustain our surnames,
Yes.
that it will be excellent. It will be great. It will be good for humanity, good for Africa, good for humanity, like I said, all over the world. Because for you to know your people, it's not wrong to know where you are coming from. There's nothing wrong with you trying to find. We have seen people who left America and say and you see the that they trade their roots to Nigeria. So people will say, "Oh, I made inquiries and I
They
was
said I'm
told
here from-
that I'm from Nigeria." And when you come to Nigeria, I'm an Igbo man. They have great people, who were even better in America, but they still trade their roots. Anthony Joshua is the world champion, but during holidays he comes back to Ondo State and to where he's and trace his root after international footballers, international musicians, many of them. So if we sustain this, it will be good. One for unity. People are traveling far and near now. People are living in UK, in diaspora, in different places of the world. One thing that will bond us on the long term is that song. Being able to connect to everybody who is by AC from this social states. We can. It's happening now. We have family WhatsApp groups now. Family WhatsApp groups where every member of the family, extended family, you see everybody in one wants to have a conversation, discussing the future, discussing what has to do with them. So if that is sustained, if we try as much as possible to concrete this fact that every child has to go about with his and not just going about his surname, to be proud of his surname, no matter how it sounds, no matter how it sounds, no matter the sound, just be proud of this name. You understand? It is not a sign that you're not a success. We have nothing to do with you. It is you that will go to school and shine and do what you have to do to come out flying. This name has nothing to do with that. So it will be great for us and it will show unity. Even as the world is expanding, we are digitalizing people. You know that this one is my brother.
Yeah.
You understand? I said an Igbo man that you are Ukeke from Ozala. You are my brother. You don't need more person. So the friend showed me how they went to meet an influential person. And everyone was his name. And when you introduce the person, you tell, oh, you are Ukaf. From which community? From Agolo. Okay, are you Chief Dennis Ukafo? Because he's known that there is an Ukafo. It's not about you being a kingsley, but it's about the surname. Once you introduce yourself to the person and tell him you are your surname, he will be able to direct, help you if you're looking for help. And you can walk into offices and your surname will open doors for places. So people identity of forefather. They need to show gratitude. And when they see an offspring or someone who did them favor in the past, they will not return such favor. Yeah, like do well for somebody today. I don't know where my child will find himself tomorrow. And they say Ogbonna. Ogbonna in mean is your father choose. Oh, come. We want to because I had a good rapport with him. We have lost contact. So surnames are important. Are very important. You just imagine somebody who come and say, I am Shehu Tinubu. He said, are you not the president of Nigeria?
Sharp, sharp.
Because that surname Tinubu, we hear shit, what are you thinking? What are you so we should be proud, even if it is not who he is for us. But these things with time.
Change the name of the family in the future to avoid the extinction of our father's
Social
name,
media.
our grandfather's name, for people that choose to bear the grandfather's name or their father's name. Mm.
One of the benefits, like if it sustains, then our culture, language will not go into extinction. Remember, there's a prediction that Igbo language will go into extinction
Hmm.
in the next 40, 50 years. There's a prediction by researchers that a lot of people are no longer speaking Igbo language.
This is very
Do you
serious.
understand? So if we stop bearing our surnames, it will help that prophecy to come even faster than the
Yes.
person anticipated. So we should do everything to,
Okay.
to make sure that our surnames are sustained, our Igbo names are sustained, and that way it is safeguard our culture, also help to strengthen, deepen our language. There are language that people are not speaking again in the world. Go and realize,
Mhm.
languages that are going to extinction. The language in Spain are only two families are speaking. The
Hmm.
language in Spain. It was a tribe, a whole tribe, but have abandoned it for Espanol, and only two persons are left now speaking. When they are gone, that will be the end of such a beautiful language. So those who believe that Igbo language will go into extinction in 50 years, it was made 2 years ago. They are not far from the truth because our attitude now is the names that we give to our children. You see an Igbo family with somebody who is David Smith, Emmanuel Darlington, Favor,
Hmm.
Liberty, William, Rayman. These ones are there. You see winners, Emmanuel,
Salvation.
Liberty, Salvation, Goodness,
Amazing.
Amazing. These are barbaric. Sorry to use that word, but then you should not be encouraged. You should not be encouraged.
This Igbo name as their surname. Another thing, it will force them to learn that Igbo language so that I will not be called an Igbo person and I don't know how to speak Igbo. You understand? So it will lead to another benefit of them trying to answer their name and also speak their language.
The question is for our parents. When you choose a name for your child, do you think of the meaning or do you just follow what society expects? Wow, this has been such an eye opening talk. Names are not just letters, they are stories. Honorable and Mrs. Nwafor just spelled it out for us. Stories of families, of cultures, and also of identity. Whether you agree with your tradition or you want change, remember this: a name shapes how we see ourselves
Yeah.
and how the world sees us. So let's choose carefully. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening and joining us. Share your thoughts with us. Should children bear English surnames, native names, or a mix of both? I would love to hear from you.
Bye. Share and
See you.
subscribe.